Today we're building Pac-Man in Scratch, proper arcade faithful. 4 ghosts each with a different target tile algorithm. Blinky direct, Pinky 4 ahead, Inky vector through Blinky, Clyde coward, a global mode timer, scatter to chase, and power pellets that flip everything to frightened. 6 interacting state machines. The stage is the maze itself, and its one job in the code is the sound. While a round is live and the ghosts aren't frightened, it loops that famous siren, and the pitch climbs in 4 steps as the board empties out. So the sound alone tells you how close you are to clearing the level without looking at the score. The moment you grab a power pellet, that rising siren drops out, and the wobbling frightened warble takes over instead. Little touch, but it's the whole arcade feel in one script. Pac-Man is the character you steer, and this sprite is doing far more than just moving. It's holding the brain of the whole game. When you hit the green flag, we don't actually start playing. We sit on the title screen, reset everything back to 3 lives, score 0, level 1, and then wait. And there's a reason we wait here. Holding on the title gives the maze, the 244 dots and pellets, and the 4 ghosts time to quietly build up behind the scenes. So the board is ready the instant you press space. The high score is just a plain variable, so it survives from game to game while you're playing, but it resets if you reload the page. Space is what actually kicks things off. There's a guard here, a have we started check, so that tapping or holding space in the middle of a game does nothing at all. It only ever launches level 1. At the start of each level, we freeze play, wipe the eaten markers, so all 244 pieces of food come back, reset the dot counter, and drop Pac-Man and the ghosts onto their starting tiles. Then the ready jingle plays right through. That's a deliberate 2-second pause, and only then does the round go live and the scatter and chase clock start ticking. When we reset positions, Pac-Man goes back to his start tile just below the ghost house, facing left with his mouth open. And here's a neat trick. That same single message snaps every ghost home too, so one broadcast tidies the whole board. Now the important bit, Pac-Man's brain, running 1 tick at a time. Your arrow keys don't turn him instantly, they only queue up a wish. The one exception is reversing. If you press the opposite of the way you're going, that's granted straight away, mid-corridor. Every other turn has to wait until Pac-Man is sitting exactly on a cell, lined up with the grid, and the way you've asked for is actually open. That only decide at a junction rule is the entire grid movement lesson. It's why he glides smoothly down corridors and only ever turns on the tiles. Between those junctions, he just slides 2 pixels in whatever direction he's committed to. When he does reach a junction, he reads which cell he's on and publishes it out. That's how the ghosts know where he is, because they read his column, his row, and his direction. Then he turns if the queued way is open and stops dead, if even carrying straight on would walk him into a wall. If a ghost catches him, there's a guard so that 4 ghosts can't all trigger 4 separate deaths at once. We freeze the round, run that classic closing mouth death spin, take a life away, and then either it's game over if you're out of lives, or everyone snaps back to their starting tiles, and we carry on. 2 more scripts live on Pac-Man that run the timing of the whole game. The first is the mode clock, a single, always running loop. It counts the current phase down, but only while the round is live and no power pellet is active, so it politely pauses during a death or while the ghosts are frightened. When it hits 0, it advances to the next phase and shouts mode change, and that's what makes every loose ghost spin 180 degrees at the same instant. That synchronized panic flip is pure Pac-Man. The second is the power pellet. When you eat one, we light a global frightened flag and load up a timer. That frightened window shrinks as you get better. 6 seconds on level 1, half a second less each level, never dropping below 1 second. So your safe window closes the further you get. And there's a single frightened countdown shared by everyone. While the flag's lit, it ticks down, and when it reaches 0, it clears the flag. So all 4 ghosts turn back to normal together. 1 timer, not 4. That's what keeps them in step. Ghost. There's only 1 ghost sprite in the project, but it becomes all 4. We set a Who Am I number and stamp a clone 4 times over, and because each clone is born holding its own number, 1 sprite quietly turns into Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. The original then hides, only the clones ever play. Whenever the board resets, each ghost snaps back to its own start tile and starting mode. And when the global clock flips between scatter and chase, every ghost that's out in the maze and isn't frightened or already eaten takes on the new mode and instantly reverses. That's the whole maze seeming to turn on you at once. When you eat a power pellet, any ghost that's loose flips to frightened, goes blue, and reverses. Ghosts already eaten, the ones that are just eyes, and any still sitting in the house aren't affected. The blue costume and that white flash near the end is chosen fresh every tick from the shared frightened timer. The heart of this sprite is each clone's own life. First it puts itself home, then it loops forever, behaving according to where it is, waiting in the pen, climbing out through the gap, or loose in the maze. Out in the maze, it only makes a decision at a junction. It looks at the open ways and picks the one that gets it nearest its target. And otherwise it just glides 2 pixels. Its speed is set by how often it actually takes a step, so it always lands cleanly on the grid, and the instant the game ends, every ghost hides. The dots are the food filling the corridors. We stamp 1 clone on every dot cell in the maze, 240 of them, and each clone remembers its own cell number and then just watches its own flag. It stays visible until Pac-Man marks that cell as eaten, and then it hides. Wipe all those flags at the start of a level, and every dot comes straight back. Power pellet. The power pellets are the 4 big energizers, 1 clone tucked into each corner of the maze. While a pellet's still there, it pulses big and small so it blinks at you, and the moment it's flagged as eaten, it vanishes. Fruit. The fruit is the bonus. At the start of each level, it resets to nothing shown and stays hidden. Then it appears at the centre of the maze twice per level, once after 70 dots eaten, once after 170, and hangs around for about 10 seconds. Both the picture and the value climb as the levels go up. Eat it in time and you get the bonus with a little chime. Miss it and it just times out. The score and high score are built 1 digit at a time. Each digit sprite works out its own place value straight from the score every single frame, so the board can never drift out of step with the real number. Around them sit the static 1-up and high labels and a quiet watcher that keeps the high score set to the best score of the session. The lives are shown as little Pac-Man icons in the bottom left, 1 for each spare life you've got in hand. Along the bottom right runs the level fruit row, 7 slots, each showing the fruit from a recent level. So slot 0 is always this level's fruit, and the older ones trail off to the side. Ready sits just above Pac-Man's start tile during that pre-round pause and vanishes the moment play begins. Game over stays hidden the whole time you're playing. When your last life goes, it freezes the round, shows the banner, plays the tune right through, and then stops every script so nothing keeps drifting behind it. And the title screen covers the whole stage on the green flag, hiding the board while it builds, blinking press space to start until you do, then clearing out of the way for the game. That's Pac-Man done. Ghosts, grid movement and all. If you built along, drop a comment with your high score. Next Friday we're going to space, asteroids, thrust, rotation, screen wrap and bullets that actually fly true. All in Scratch, all from scratch. It's the one that finally makes angles and direction click. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so it lands the second it drops. Same time next Friday. See you in the maze.